Hi, today we're going to start making a home budget from scratch and we're going to use Google Sheets to do our budget. In class, we do this after we do our simulation income statement and balance sheet assignments for Record Shop Tycoon. So here's a blank sheet and I'm just going to go up and title it budget. Actually, I'm going to title it home budget. Who knows, I might have more than one budget. I like to leave a blank row at the top and a blank column at the left. So I'm going to click in here. And I basically want to just start summarizing all my expenses. So I'm going to bring all my expenses in like this. Actually, I think I'll formally make this more like my income statement. So let's do all this as, start this out as income. And that'll be better. And then I'll going to put that in as my income. And I'm going to add spouse income. I'll just put mine and spouse. That'll be obvious. And I don't mean to be too formal about how to put this together. It's more like just to show you how easy it is to make a tool that's meaningful for you in your house. So there's me and my spouse. I'm going to align that. And I'm going to throw in some guess numbers in here. I'm going to put 45,000 for me, and I'm going to put 40,000 for my wife. And then we're going to, we also have a rental property. So I'm going to put rental. I'm going to align that to the right also. And our rental property brings in about $1,500 a month, let's say. Okay. So that's pretty much it for our income. People's incomes could be far more complex than this, but this is just a simple example. So I'm going to put in total right here. And I'm just going to add these three together. And there's various ways to do this, but I'm going to click, I'm going to type the equal sign right there. I'm going to click this with the mouse, and then I'm going to hit plus. And I'm going to click this with the mouse and hit plus, and then click this with the mouse and hit enter. So our total income is $86,500 hypothetically. Okay, so I'm going to move that over there, and now I'm going to start the expenses. And I found when we did our budget at home that expenses can be really difficult to contemplate all at once. It's really nice to get a list of them written down, and then as you remember more of them, you can add them to the list. And so we've got our expenses kind of separated into various areas, but we have two mortgages. So let's start with that, mortgages. And I'm going to put these in as, now let's see, mortgage, house, and mortgage, rent. So one's for the house and one's for the rental property. I'm just going to go all the way down like that, right align all these for now. So let's say the house payment is maybe $1,600, and we'll say our rental property payment is $1,100. Okay, so that's good. Start on the property, and then we have our home expenses. So we have you might have a mortgage loan or something like that, but basically everybody's going to have utility payment. That would be gas and electric, and maybe a water bill. Sometimes gas and electric or water bill might be included in a condo situation or something. It might be included in your payment. We have a trash bill at our house, and let's see. I think that's pretty good for the home part. So let's do a utility bill, monthly utility bill on the house, not on the rental, because they're going to pay their own utility bill in our case. And I'm going to estimate our home bill as $90. Now, the question is it this month's utility bill or last month or next month, or is it the average? And what I did in this case is I went on to the web for Excel, and I looked up what the average we paid last year was per month. And they had an average right there on the statement. So our average was whatever it was, but I'm going to just say it was 90 here. Water bill is usually not a whole lot. I'm looking. I don't actually see our water bill on here. I think our water bill is about $35 a month. It might be lower than that. And then our waste bill is, let's see, it's $120 every 3 months. So that's about $40 a month. Okay, so far I've got all of our house expenses on here. So let's see, now let's do credit cards. And I'm gonna just pretend that I have a debit, my debit, and her debit, and my credit, and her credit. Now, actually, that doesn't really make sense because our debit comes straight out of our bank. So I'm going to actually take the debits out here. I'll just delete these rows. So let's watch how I do that. I click and drag on the headings and then right click, delete rows. And now we just have our credit card. So let's say my credit card bill is total balance. is, oh no, I don't need the balance. I need the bill. So the credit card payment, let's say is $256, and hers is $218. Oops, $218. So that's our credit card payments. Some people have 2, 5, whatever number of credit cards, and you could put that in there. And then student loan. So let's do student loan. She doesn't have a student loan because she was more responsible when she was younger than I am. My student loan payment is really high, so I'm going to say $450, like so. And then we get into stuff that people do, it depends on how they do things. So we have Netflix. Netflix for us is, I think, $16 a month because we do we have multiple users or something. Okay. And we have our internet, so Comcast. And our Comcast bill is about $80, say $81. And that includes all the fees. So that's legitimately our bill. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we have life insurance. I have life insurance that I pay for. And it's pretty good policy. It's about $60 a month for multiple policies. I cover both my kids, cover myself for both my kids. And then food. Food is a tricky one. Different people have different amounts they account for food. I'm going to just say this is groceries and put 400. There's more than 2 of us in the house, and 400 I think usually covers us for the month. Other food I'm going to list as entertainment. And I need to justify these again. And as you think of other things, you can put them in here wherever you like. Entertainment. Let's say we go to a movie maybe twice a month. It could be $15 to $20 per ticket. So let's say $60 to $80. I'm going to put $80 in just for movies alone. I'm not going to get too fancy with that. Okay, gas. Oh, auto stuff. So let's put a heading in here for auto. And we'll left justify that one. And so we got car payment. I own my car because I put it into my refi long ago. So our car payment is about $350. And then we have car insurance, and we have multiple cars on our insurance policy. So our car insurance is pretty high, but it's every 6 months. So when it's a 6-month thing, you got to take your total 6-month payment and divide it by 6. Our 6-month is about $1,200. So that's a monthly expense of about $200 for all of our cars. Car maintenance. We have debated about this one. So I'm going to put it in here, but I'm not going to put a number in. You decide what you think car maintenance is. It might be oil changes a couple times a year. It might include tires. And I guess I'm going to put in $100 because that's actually probably low on your generally speaking. So there's that. And let's see, what else do I want to put in here? You might have to get emissions or license for your car each year. You might have, oh, cell phone. Let's see, I'm going to put that right. I'm going to skip a line actually. Cell phone. Together we pay about $120 a month for cell phone. And let's see. She gets her hair done probably every month. I don't know how much that is. So I'm going to leave it for now. So that's a pretty good list of expenses. So let's see how bad off we are. So we got expenses. I'm going to label it down here on the left. And now I want to know what all of that added up is. So I go over to the sum button. It's not how I did it over here, but I'm going to do the sum button this time to show you this alternate method. So we click the sigma right there, and then we click sum, and we go up to all the expenses, and I'm just going to select everything in this column and hit enter. So $5,196. Now, up here, my income, this is our salary, but this is a yearly salary. So that's not even useful for us. We really need to know a monthly total. So down here, I'm going to say monthly. And I'm going to justify that again, just to keep them kind of separate. And so this is going to equal our yearly divided by 12. And that looks really impressive, except it's not real. So let me put in another row in here. And I've got to figure out our taxes. Actually, I could do it after monthly. I think I'll do it here though. Taxes. So when we get to taxes, we kind of need to look up what our tax bracket is. Okay, so we got to figure out our taxes. So to figure out our taxes, we are going to go to this web page, and this website, this nerdwallet.com, shows us our 2019 federal income tax brackets. And so when we go back to our sheet, we can see that our total income for the household is going to be about $86,000. And so what we need to do, we're married, we're going to file jointly. Let's go down and find the bracket that has 80,000 in it, 86,000, and that's between 78 and 168. Okay, so we are in this bracket, and it's 22%. So 22% means that our taxes are going to equal our salary times, that's an asterisk, 0.22 equals. Okay, now I need to insert another row above, and I'll just type remaining. And I'll put after tax, so I don't forget what the label is. So that's our total. Oops, equal sign, our total minus our taxes, 67,000. Now, this is the number that we need to know what 1/12 is. So down here, we had C7 over 12, but really it's C9. Now watch, I'll click up here, and I'm just going to use the arrows to go back, and I'm going to change that 7 to a 9. So C9 divided by 12, 5622. Okay, so now at the bottom, I'm going to put cash remaining. Our remaining cash equals our monthly income. So I clicked on it, and then I hit minus our total monthly expenses, enter. So we have about $400 left over each month. This is the most basic format for how to keep track of a budget. This does not include things like, there's a ton of things that this doesn't include that you might need to pay for month to month. But if you have like a big yearly expense that you know you're going to have each year, you should put this on somehow, but as it's divided by 12, so you can find a monthly value in order to create this as a monthly budget.